Hello everyone, this is Chase Matthews with episode 3 of In the Car, and today I have a very special guest who's blinding me with the light.
With science.
Mr. PWI Centerfold.
Oh God, I'm not
What were you then? Superstar, rising superstar?
I had a blurb.
Something like that. John Campbell, the gentleman, John Campbell.
Hello.
I keep pronouncing your name wrong.
It's Campbell.
So, John, I mean, as everybody can see, we're really not driving anywhere. We're actually just sitting here, which is special.
And the light is actually Chase Matthews' cell phone.
Smartphone.
Smartphone.
Anyway, usually we're driving due to time constraints. Sorry, I'm jumbling.
Yeah.
We had to sit here and do it. We're already at the place. You're kind of not... I can't see your face. There you go.
Hey.
Where are we?
All right, we are in Adrian, Michigan at the Adrian Trade Center. We just did a show. I wrestled a young fella by the name of Chase Matthews.
I heard of that guy.
You heard of that guy?
Yeah.
He's young, up and coming.
I heard he's a job.
Oh, is he?
I heard he's a job.
Oh man.
You wrestled him, right? Squash match?
No, he wasn't a jobber. No, he took it to me really good. I hurt my knee on his head though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting here rubbing it. It probably looks weird on camera.
Oh, you can't see it. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
All right. First question.
Yes.
Due to pending lawsuits, I can't mention anybody's name anymore.
How does this look? My arm's falling.
You can see half your face.
Okay. Well, I'll bite the bullet and just keep it.
Man it up.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Lawsuits. I can't mention anybody's name anymore.
Okay.
So. First question comes from Anonymous. By the way, they're all anonymous.
That's fine.
They want to know where you were born and raised.
I was born and raised in, I was actually born in Clare, Michigan, and I was raised in Harrison, Michigan. And I know a lot of people out there are saying, well, I thought you were Canadian. I actually am Canadian. My grandparents were from Canada, so I do have Canadian lineage, and I spent a lot of time up there, so... You know, it's still a Canadian heritage, so I kind of took that and used that.
Makes sense. Question number 2. When did you become interested in wrestling?
I was about 3 or 4. I went over to my cousin's house, and I'll never forget this. It was Tito Santana versus... see, I don't like the word jobber. You used that earlier. Oh. Tito Santana versus an enhancement talent.
Oh, okay.
And no, I don't care. And that was my first actual, where I got to see wrestling, and I would always beg to go back over there because they were always watching wrestling. My cousins were older than I was, and I would beg my parents to take me to the video rental store so I can rent the tapes. I must have saw the tapes they had there about 10 times each, and ever since that young age of 3 or 4, just wrestling's been the biggest part of my life. So.
All right. Question number 3.
Yes.
Who were your heroes growing up in wrestling?
You're gonna call me a mark, but then again, what is a mark? We're all marks. If you're not a mark, then you would have never became a wrestler.
By the way, it's gonna say mark alert right here.
Is it?
Because you just said that.
That's cool. Right. I would say Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Later on, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Sting. But the one that stuck out to me and is still a hero of mine to this day is Rowdy Roddy Piper. Oh my God, Rowdy Roddy Piper. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting him a couple years ago in Wisconsin, and I actually got to eat birthday cake with him. It was his birthday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. When I was younger, I always thought his name was Rowdy Piper. I wanted to know why he had 2 of the same names.
He was so rowdy, they needed to say it twice.
Okay.
I always thought that too. That's awesome. Thought I was the only one. I'm just like,
question number 4.
Dummy.
What influenced you to become a wrestler? Sports entertainer.
Later on, as I was becoming a teenager and stuff, I got into ECW and later on the independents, and when you watch WWE and WCW, you see these guys are larger than life. Like, my God, I can never look like Lex Luger, God, it'd be nice, but you know, I just know my genetics. I could never look that way. But then I started watching ECW and Independence, and you know, a lot of ECW guys, even on that scale, you know, they just looked like normal guys. Like, you know, the Sandman looked like your uncle, or at least he looked like my uncle. And my uncle's a drunk, you know, and so I would watch those guys, and they just looked like regular people, but they're holy crap, they're doing all this awesome stuff. You know, same on the Independence, and so that it was kind of when I seen that. It went from something I wanted to do to something that I could do, you know?
Drink beer and smash a can over your head and that kind of stuff?
I don't drink beer, but get me like some, I don't know, give me some Coke Zero and we're good. Coke Zero, not Coke. I'm on a diet.
All right. I heard that, I heard any kind of pop's bad for you anyway.
Well, that's debatable. Show me a study.
I don't have time to do that. 15-minute video. Remember?
Yes.
Question number 5. Who trained you?
Electric Eric Freedom at the Electric Company in Cadillac, Michigan.
Was that a shout out to that man himself?
Yes, it was.
Feel free to throw in shout outs as well.
I want to shout out to Eric Freedom, because without him, I wouldn't be living this zany dream.
All right. Question number 6. How many years have you been active?
5. This will be my 6th year.
Sweet. Any big time accomplishments that you've had within those 5 years?
I'd probably say being mentioned in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. They did an article about me. I would have to say that was the biggest accomplishment. But other than that, you know, just you know, wrestling promotions having enough faith in me to, you know, put me on their shows is, you know, as an accomplishment, and you know, to have them actually reward my hard work with, you know, titles and stuff. Like, I know titles, a lot of people out there are like, titles don't matter, but you know, that shows that a promoter or a wrestling company puts enough stock in you to think that you can carry the ball as one of their flagship guys. So, you know, it still means a lot, you know.
Nice. All right. Question number 7. What was your hardest match ever? Opponent-wise, stipulation-wise?
I'd say Chase Matthews has the hardest head. I need him in the head earlier tonight, and my knee is killing me.
Thanks.
So I'd say you have the hardest head. Stipulation-wise, there was a 6-man tag team trash can match. It was down in the New Wave Wrestling Alliance down in, I believe it was Lake Station, Indiana. And yeah, it was just a big. It wasn't the wrestlers were bad. It was just a big cluster. You know, none of us really. After about, like, you know, 10 minutes, we're just like, well, this is broken down. Everybody, let's just get in the ring and beat each other up. 10 more minutes.
You had to go 20 minutes with that stipulation? That's crazy.
Yep. I wish I had that match. If anybody out there watching has that match, I would love to see it.
Question number 8. Where's the furthest you've ever traveled to work a show?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, you have to go down, and, like, you know, you have to go through parts of Indiana and Illinois, and then swing back up through, and
yeah.
Just it's a long drive. But promoters out there, I will travel. If you would like to book me and you're in Arkansas, don't hesitate. I will travel.
Question number 9. We're almost about to wrap this up. Where did you come up with your name, which obviously is your real name? Why did you choose your legit name?
For a variety of reasons, actually.
Man, you hear that?
I do hear that. Okay, it's gone. For a variety of reasons. Growing up, I was always more apt to like guys who I thought were like more, you know, more real people than a character. You know, guys like, you know, even though it's not his real name, I hate to break it to everybody, but like Shawn Michaels, you know, that could be his real name. You know, Roddy Piper, that could be his real name, you know.
Oh no.
They seemed like, you know, instead of a guy by the name of, like, you know, sorry if this is anybody's name out there, but like, you know, Rapid Fire, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to get behind somebody that has like a name like that, you know. At least when I was younger, from a fan's point of view. Let's just throw that out there, from a fan's point of view when I was younger. So that's why I chose my real name. I just figured that, and they, you know, nobody could ever try and copyright it because it's my name.
And the final question, everybody knows there's those wrestling critics out there. What do you say to the ones that say wrestling is fake?
I just tell them to look at my medical records. You know, I've broken my hand, I've broken my nose, I've cracked bones in my neck. You know, I hurt my knee on Chase Matthews' head tonight. Wrestling, when you are getting picked up and you are getting slammed, you know, there's not wires there. Wrestling rings, you know, they're not trampolines. You know, I invite anybody, and I know this is one of those, you know, questions everybody says, but I invite anybody to try it. There's two things everybody in the world thinks that they can do. Everybody in the world thinks that they can sing. American Idol has proven that. And everybody thinks they can be a professional wrestler, and professional wrestling school proves that. I've seen guys take one bump and say, it's not for me.
Yep.
So that's what I have to say.
All right, well, John, I thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Time.
I really like this concept. I hope you do more. Entertaining.
I'm trying, man. Trying to get more people to hopefully Gabe starts wrestling someday. Maybe I can interview him.
Yes.
I always thought it'd be funny if somebody actually interviewed me.
I can interview you. Next time I will interview you. I'm putting this out there. Next time we are at a show,
all right,
it will be the Chase Matthews edition of In the Car.
All right.
Or I will be taking the role as the interviewer.
All right. Well, yes, I thank you. Once again, this is Chase Matthews, episode 3 of In the Car, and we are out of here because it's super late and I'm being blinded right now.
Blinded me with science.
See you later.